What's up, you guys? Warnick Revolution here, back at you with another video, and today we are hunting a box of nickels. My favorite thing to hunt, and we haven't hunted a box of nickels in like almost 4 months, guys. That's pretty crazy. But we got a box of nickels here with holes in it, so I know it's a circulated box of nickels because I can see the nickels through the holes, which is always what you're looking for when you're looking through boxes of nickels for old stuff like buffalo nickels, V nickels, just old Jefferson nickels, things like that. War nickels, of course. Almost forgot to say that. But anyways, if you're here for the first time, and you like coin roll hunting, I suggest that you subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. We do coin roll hunting, you know. Anyways, 2020 has been a roller coaster, but we've got nickels to hunt, so we're gonna hunt them today and see what we can find. But subscribe if you're new, like the video if you like it, and comment down below your thoughts on the whole video after you see the whole thing. But this is what we tend to look for when we go through nickels. We look for shield nickels that were made between 1866 and 1883. Haven't found one of those yet because they're so old, and I really don't expect to find one, but we might. You never know. Next up, we look for V nickels, which are made between 1883 and 1913. Really 1912, because they only made 5 1913s, and those are all accounted for. So 1912 is the last date you're looking for V nickels. And we've actually found one before. We found in 1911 in circulation. I'll have that video as a card up here. But right here we got a buffalo nickel. We do find buffalo nickels, maybe one every couple of boxes, something like that. So they're not super rare and uncommon that you don't find them that often. So they're definitely a possibility, and they made those between 1913 and 1938. Next up, we've got a Jefferson nickel. They made them between 1938 and 2003, that design in particular that you're looking at. But we only keep the ones 1938 through 1959 just because those are older. Next up, we've got war nickels. You know it's a war nickel because it's got a giant mint mark like this one, a D over the Monticello, which is the building on the back of the Jefferson nickel. And they made those between 1942 and 1945. We don't really look for 2004 nickels, but those are those designs there, 2004 and 2005 nickels. So those are very cool. Blank planchets are what we look for too. It's just a coin disc planchet, as they call it, that was never stamped with the coin design. So we look for those. We look for proof nickels that have mirror-like finishes. We found quite a few of those in the past. We look for foreign coins. The common ones definitely are the Canadians and the ones from the Bahamas. This is what you see pictured there. And then we also look for 2009s because those are low mintage. But that's just what we're looking for today. Hope you stick around for the whole video and see what we can find. But let's just check this box for enders and see if we can find any. Alright, I haven't flipped this part of it up yet, but let's look for the big reveal. Alright, what do we got? Anything? This looks kind of old. This one in the corner. Just the Monticello is really took a beating, so it's like really worn down. So that one's popping out to me to be old, and this one is too. It's really hard to tell with the Monticellos, but what you're looking for is like a higher relief when it comes to nickels. And what I mean by that is the fields of the coin, so the empty space where there's nothing on the coin, on the coin surface, that's got to be lower, and the building back here has got to be higher, like more raised surface. And that one's kind of looking like it, but I'm thinking it's probably 50s, maybe. We'll just start with that one, I guess. It doesn't really look like we have anything else though, guys. I'm not seeing anything, at least. No war nickels that I can see. No buffaloes, that's for sure. No V nickels. We've never had a V-nickel ender, but we've had buffalo enders in the past and a war nickel ender. So let's just close that up and start. See what we can find. I'm just gonna go through this one live for you. Let's see what the one on the end is. This end. Hopefully it's not a 64, because they made a lot of 64s. But we'll find out what it is. I mean, that one looks suspect right there. It's darker. Or this one's darker. Not that one, this one. It's debatable. What is this? It's a 57, just as I thought it was. It's a 57 Denver. So that's a good find. Very first find. I was right about it being an ender, so that makes me pretty happy. Let's see what this one is though. Yeah, that one looked old too. It's a 1959. Out of Denver. So sweet. 2 finds, 1 roll. See what else this roll has to offer. I'm really happy that we found 2 50s finds so far. Wait, is that a 50s? Yeah, it is. Just didn't see it, guys. It's 1954. It could be either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Let's see what it is. And that's going to be a Denver with the D on the back by the Monticello right there. So awesome. Sweet. 3 finds, 1 roll, all from the 50s. That's pretty awesome. That does definitely doesn't happen every day. I almost forgot to look for 2009s. There's definitely nothing foreign in this roll. What is this? 1990. Do we see any 2009s just to make sure I'm not dumping anything away that's 2009? 2006, that always gets me because I'm looking at it upside down. But nope, no 2009s. I will catch you guys up on the next find that we find in the box. Stay tuned. Well guys, we found something in the 3rd roll we opened. It's this one here, 1954. It's in pretty bad shape, to be honest. Very worn down. Let's see what the mint mark is. It's a 1954 San Francisco. You guys can see that right there. Let me bring out my scope so you guys can see that, or my loop. There, right there is an S. Sweet. So that's nothing low mintage or anything like that you need to be worried about, but 1954 San Francisco, it doesn't happen that often. So it's good coin to get. Let's continue. Well guys, in the very end of looking through roll number 4, we found something that is kind of interesting. It's a 1942. So if you know that World War II started from 1941 in the US to 1945, that's when it ended. This is a 1942, and then this year of coins they made silver ones and non-silver ones, nickels that is. So 35% silver nickels, and then regular copper nickel is what they made. I'm pretty sure that that's what they made this one out of. But it's an interesting year, 42, because you can find 42s that are silver and you can find 42s that are non-silver. But this looks like the non-silver variety. And with this one, you're looking for the Denver mint mark because they didn't make a lot of these that were non-silver. So let's see if that's what this is. Nope, just a Philadelphia, but still, it's a pretty nice looking coin. There's a lot of detail still left on the Monticello building on the back of the nickel. So I'm pretty happy with that. 1942, our first 40s nickel. I'm liking that. Let's continue. Well, number 10, guys, we got something. 1940, out of Denver. Sweet. Keeping it. Let's continue. Ah, we got something. We got something. 1939. 39 Philadelphia. It's a really common one. We can check for the doubling on the Monticello word and on the word 5 cents. And that's not it. I have one, so I know what it looks like. But that's not it. Still a nice 39, though. It's our first one from the 30s, so I'm happy about that. Let's continue and see what else we can find. Roll number 15, guys. We found something. 1957. Out of Denver. Sweet. Well, let's keep on hunting and see what else we can find. Number 16, guys. We just found something. 1954. Out of Philly? Yeah, it's Philly. There's just a little spot right there. Some dirt or something. 54 Philly. I'll take it. Let's continue. Roll number 19. I knew this looked pretty old, but I didn't know how old. 1957 Denver. That's the backside I was looking at first when I first found it. And I was like, yeah, maybe. Maybe it could be old. I was thinking it could be 60, so that's why when I flipped it, I was like, oh, okay, 1957. So that's a good find. Let's continue. Number 23, guys. We found something. It's 1941. Out of Philly. Sweet. It's a good 40s one to find. Let's continue. Number 24. Got a really worn one here, but it's the 1941. Very corroded. But 41 it is. And it's a 41 Philly. Cool one to get. Let's continue. Roll number 25. We actually have two things right next to each other. And this is halfway point in the box, as you can see. But, so what we got? We got a 1957 Denver. And then right here, we got a 1955. Hopefully it's the Philly because that's the one that's the key date. Nope, it's a Denver. 55 Denver, but still two good nickels to add to the pile. Let's continue. Well, we found something old in this roll, guys. It's a 1940 out of Philly. And it is pretty beat up. Looks like someone took a knife to it. Anyways, let's continue to see what else we can find. Number 31, guys, we got something. It's a 1941 out of Philly. So sweet. It's a good find from the 40s. Let's continue. Roll number 32, guys. We got something. It's a 1953 Philadelphia. Now, I almost thought it was a 1955 because I wasn't looking at the date clearly enough, but I was like, whoa, we got a key date, but it's not a key date. 1953 Philly. It's pretty common, but still a good find. I'll add it to the finds. Now, is this a find? Maybe. Nope. 1990. Let's continue to see what else we can find. Roll number 35, guys. We got something. Another 1953 Denver this time. Alright. Cool find. Let's continue. At the end of the roll, 37, we got a 1958 in pretty good shape. 58 Denver. I'll take it. Sweet. Let's continue. Roll number 39. We got something. 1956 out of Philly. Sweet. A lot of 56s are out of Denver, so it's nice to see a Philly. It's in decent shape, so yeah. No coin machine damage or anything. We'll take it. Let's continue. Roll number 43, guys. We've got this backside facing us that looks old. And even if it isn't old, we've got a 1940 right behind it. So let's see what this is. In 3, 2, 1. 1940 Denver looks like. 1940, and then the D-mint mark is on the back right there. So 1940 Denver. Sweet. Good find. And then we got this other 1940 right behind it. 1940 Philadelphia. Alright, two good 40s nickels in one roll. That's good in my book for sure. let's continue and see what else we can find. Roll 45, guys. We got something. It's a 1956 in really good shape, actually. It's got some luster left, but not much. But what is it? 1930 or 1956 Denver looks like. So sweet. It's got some crud on the back, but still a nice nickel. Happy with that. Let's continue. Roll number 48, guys. We got ourselves a 1959 out of Denver. Sweet. Liking it. Let's continue. Roll number 49. Two things to point out in this roll. There's this 1959. It's got some luster still left on the coin, which is nice. It's a 59 Denver. So sweet. And then the other thing is we got another 1942 like we did in the beginning of the box. 1942 Philly. So two Phillies. If it was the Denver, it would be even nicer because it was a low mintage nickel. But 1942 Philly, I'll take it. Cool. And last roll of the box. Let's see what's inside in just a second. Alright guys, welcome to the wrap up. This is what we ended up finding. We found a 1939 Philly, our only 30s nickel, so that's pretty cool. We found two 1940s Philadelphia, two 1940 Denvers, three 1941 Philadelphias, and then two 1942 non-silver Philadelphias. It's kind of rare to find 42s, and to find two of them in a box is kind of interesting. Next up, we got a 1953 Philly, a 1953 Denver, a 1954 Philly, a 1954 Denver, and we got a 1954 San Francisco. So we got all three mint marks with the 1954s. None of them are low mintage. That's probably why we found all three of them. But that's interesting. Next up, we've got a 1955 Denver, a 1956 Philly, a 1956 Denver, three 1957 Denvers, a 1958 Denver, and then three 1959 Denvers. And the top one's the nicest for sure. Look at that detail. Anyways, and lastly, we found four Canadians, a 1984, a 1988, a 1987, and wait, is that 1988? Yeah, 1988, 1987, and a 1998. So anyways, all together it was a nice hunt for sure. First time going back to nickels in like 4 months, guys. That's pretty crazy. But hopefully this is the end of the coin shortage. Hopefully we're able to get more coins in the future, like in a weekly basis again. Hopefully we can start having more videos showing coins and coin roll hunting and things like that. It's really fun. And I really missed this nickel hunting, a whole box of nickels. That was really fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Like this video if you liked it, and comment down below your thoughts. Until next time, guys, peace.